now I got you by it, Dad.
by the waterfall, there you go.
Yeah, it's running pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The camera wasn't working before that. I'd say that stuff has fell too as well. Yep, within the time, and that's a good amount more erosion up there.
That's what I'd worry about back there where CD is. Stuff eventually breaking off and whatever.
The bluffs themselves, you're saying, huh?
Well, he built right on top of it.
Just that little cool breeze even in the summertime. Beautiful. A good few more trees have fell. Look at some of these big boys. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but I haven't seen many of them.
It's a shaggy bark. It's an oak for sure.
Yeah, neat. Plenty clean, right? So I think I'm gonna go up there to that. I'm gonna go up there for a minute, Dad. If you had, I know around here is this bluff line, kind of cool here, but I'm gonna go up here for a sec. How y'all doing? Pretty good, man. Like, hiking through the woods, you know? It's like being a kid. Oh. Interesting how everything has little small holes in it, big holes. See it? This is the top of the waterfall. Here. Huh. So we got shell beds here. That's pretty interesting. Not what I expected to find. And you got areas of round rock, some smooth stone, so it's like quartz that was in a riverbed for some thousands of years. Oops. Let's see what we got here. Nice cold. Nice cold, fresh spring water. Should have done ran off and left Dad. Let's see where he's at. So we got clay and then round rock. So that's kind of like riverbed, creek bed. Just awful erosion. All right, let's see. We'll find Dad. So beautiful out here. Oh! I see you now. I was coming right to you, but there's no way you could have been down there. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, I was looking underneath the bottom of this one down here. And there's a little hole right there. It's just a hole, ain't no cave stuff or whatever.
Pretty nice bluffs there.
Yeah.
So it's been creek bed for a long time, and there's shells. At a level, it's all shells.
Right.
Like shells and a little bit of muck, and then it gets to be clay and then round rocks. What would have been some kind of creek or riverbed for quite a while. Oh.
Yeah, I hate it. I should be the kind of guy to pick up other people's fucking trash. But
Yeah, I know what you mean, huh?
But it still pisses me off. I mean, what the fuck is it that you can't carry a goddamn plastic fucking referral?
Oh, look at all these. Trees uprooted.
Huh?
The tree is uprooted there.
Yeah.
It finally fell down.
Yeah,
Look at all the ferns
blowing
hanging.
right against the side of that. And then down it went.
Yeah, big trees. Take another, just another 2-3 minutes. We're ready to go though, ain't we? All right. Yeah, these were the
see, that's
kind of the tops and stuff.
I would have rather had a piece of land that had good shit I could grow on, but it had this interesting stuff too, you know what I mean? But you don't get it around here much. That's why this is all parkland, you know? I say it'd be nice to have. That's what I liked about our
Look
land.
at how hard this big tree's trying to hang on, Dad.
That's what I liked
growing
about our
all this
land in
nude. See,
Arkansas. We had some nice flat stuff, yet we had all them nice bluffs. I love the bluffs there. That's why I was wanting to build up
trying to
there.
hold on. It's growing back.
Yep.
See how big it is?
It's about, the whole tree's about gone though.
Gotta go, but
It won't take much more of a storm and it's
Uh-huh.
dead. Matter of fact, it's probably dead. You know, it hardly looks like there's ever been any growth on it forever.
nah, it's doing its
Part
thing.
of the saving thing is, believe it or not, it's got
Leaning.
limbs and
Yeah,
limbs
hold
and
the other trees held them. Yep. That's one of the. Look at all the fresh leaves, Dad.
I like the land.
Are
like-
these some fresh leaves or what, huh?
Yep. I like the land where you get the mix of the, you know what I mean? But around here to find land like that.
So this, this blankets the ground and keeps the little green stuff kind of it's going to help. It's going to be a big part of insulation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Keep the heat down.
And the fertile.
Build a layer
soil
so that the snow, if the snow was there, that the snow could build up because
Right.
the break between the heat on the ground and the heat in the
seeds,
fucking.
whatever kind of seeds.
So that was the mid. Down was shells, the very lowest, and then it was that layer.
Right.
And then up on top, we're getting that,
Right.
which is, I don't really know what that is there. Sand, little sand and limestone.
I wouldn't doubt rednecks kept fucking around with this stone pellet. You know what I mean? Until it fell over besides this erosion. People coming down here being dumb.
Yep.
They talked about the Peachtree on top of it at one time. That's a nice
Huh.
tree. See, we got trees that size all over our land in Arkansas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I cut down trees like that for firewood when I was living there.
That big.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of fucking firewood. See, that's like a white oak, I believe. Right there, matter of fact.
It's reached full maturity. The forest has. You know where they're. You know, it could be trimmed and manicured.
I'd take
a
the
little
Land
bit.
Cruiser out there, go down into the woods because it's four-wheel drive, cut shit, stack it in the back of it, drive it up to the fucking house. I did a lot of firewood. Like I said, I even sold firewood there. Ricks and cords of firewood.
Yeah, ricks and cords. Face cords or whole cords?
Well, a whole cord is 4 by 8 by 4 foot high.
Yeah.
Now a rick is 8 foot long, 4 foot high, but it depends on the width of the wood you want. You know, a true half a cord would be 2 foot wood, but you not very often burn 2 foot wood. You're burning 16 and 18. So you're getting 3 ricks out of a cord.
Got it.
Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So you sold it by the rick was whatever length they wanted, 4 foot high, 8 foot long.
Gotcha.
If they wanted 12-inch wood, then a rick was only 12 inches wide, so there'd be 4 ricks to a cord.
Gotcha.
And then like I say, I'd load it all up. I'd never split it till I got to the house I was taking it to. I'd throw it in their yard, grab the axe, and split it right in front of their fucking eyes, and they're going, holy shit. Split a fucking rick or a cord up that fucking quick. So like I say, this is more like the land I'd like to have owned, you know what I mean? Where I'd have my still good ground for gardening, but nicer, more interesting land to hike around through and look around through and shit, you know? I love the 40 acres. The 40 acres is the perfect, it's got all your rocky kind of shit, got the good sandy stuff out back, and got the bluffs. It was a perfect mix of everything, and had a creek and a spring. That was the draw. When I was going from the 10 acres to whatever, I wasn't buying anything.
How much the erosion is getting protected by the trees.
Yeah. I wasn't buying anything that it didn't have, at least like even here. It had to either have a spring, a creek, or a pond, you know?
You weren't going to go without water.
No. And I looked at quite a few places with nice ass ponds, but the only feature was the pond. Well, I didn't want a pond bad enough for all the damn mosquitoes and all that shit without some other source of water.
Yeah, running water is really where it's at.
Running water is life.
The more that, you know, the less places, the more people, the less places.
Yep. Running water is absolutely life. Where there's running water, there's life. Here's a perfectly round, tumbled fucking rock.
Pretty neat stuff.
So, you know, of course, I paid a little more because I got, you know, a spring in a creek.
These are some blackjacks here, or turkey.
The nasty. And like I say, they'll get, you know, they'll get up like that. They don't get much bigger than that. They may get 40 foot or whatever and get 10 inches or whatever kind of stuff, you know, like this. They don't ever get, you know, a little bit taller than that or whatever.
Right. They call them post oaks?
No, they call them blackjack oak. Actually, post oak
gets
big.
It
they
does.
get pretty good size, yeah. Yeah, it's the, they just call them blackjack. They grow in the poorer soils. That's why most all this around here you see pine trees and blackjack.
Gotcha.
You know, you'll see like look at here. You don't see hardly any other kind of trees. Blackjack and pine, because they both grow in poor soil. And pine's the first one to come back. You know what I mean? Bird shit and dropping a whatever.
Yeah, if all these bushes get too tall, then the animals are having a hard time eating off of them. Like this is not foliage because they can get to it. On your land there were some berries, but they were up at that 8-10 foot height.
Right. Which way was it? That way or this way?
Parking lot, either. It was actually this way.
Yeah, they need a little better designation on the trails.
I see pretty girls. I'm just wanting to follow them.
Yeah.
I think they were like how they have the little spray painted dots back then. Like see that on the left?
Oh, okay.
Little blue dot.
There's
blue and red.
Blue and there's red.
And I guess that means more difficult or something like that. One was a longer, like I think you get back by going that way too. Basically, you do a bigger track. Yeah. That wasn't too bad. I started thinking about with Melinda going.
So now see, this is a different kind of oak. I don't know if it's a post oak or a whatever kind of oak. See, they
look at the leaf.
Nice and taller, and they'll get bigger around. A little bit nicer, you know, trees in here, not just blackjack. Some of these actually might even be, that's an oak.
This had really likely been timbered in the past and planted.
Right. Well, you know,
that gives you 40 years on the pines, and then looking at the smaller trees, how they come in and they're 20 years and 15 years.
And these are just what they left, and then the seedlings coming up.
Pretty.
You tell that's a hollow
Real
oak
pretty.
tree of whatever type. Got a couple bad spots in it. That's what the guy worked for. Walked up, he'd look at the tree, he'd take his axe, smack it in a couple spots, he'd walk away, or he'd just drop the subbits right where he
look how big the leaves are, Dad.
Yeah. Just drop it right there, and I'd have to find his ass. You know, there's a lot of lumber, and so you get 2 railroad ties out of that one part of it. You know what I mean? There's a hickory here, different in the bark. And there's like 4 bunch of different types of hickory. The shaggy bark where you can pull the bark off.
There are.
Yeah. And that's what they say Abraham used back in the day. All the old people, if you had a fireplace, you throw the certain hickory bark on it. It burnt real bright, so it would light up the building, light up your room so you could read or do whatever you did. Instead of the Aladdin, they didn't have Aladdin lamps yet, you know what I mean? Which all we had for years in Arkansas was the kerosene lights with the mantle in it. It burnt real bright. You know, see, this one just comes out of the ground, just starting barely up in there. So, you know, the water's there anyway. but it finds places like our creek in Arkansas. It ran and then it went completely underground in that big pool. That was why I dammed it up before there with rocks and made it into that little 1.5 or 2 foot lounging area. So we'd always go hang out naked all day long.
Downstream from the road.
Yeah, just down from the road and from
Yeah.
the spring box. Because it was an all solid rock bottom.
Yeah, gotcha. And it's still there too.
Yeah, it's
It
just like you
it's
say, it's
flat.
just filled in with so much
Right.
sediment and soil and whatever kind of stuff. So my dog, they didn't pick up their dog food. Fuckheads.
Good eyes, yeah.
See, now there's where the spring's coming
I
out.
might have thought that was a bear.
Right in there. It ain't up there. It's dry. It's coming up. That because ours comes up right at the bottom of that cedar tree in Arkansas. It's that cedar tree, and then I poured that concrete base, catch the water to put the hose to the pump.
So the roots of the tree maybe have cracked the rock that
Yeah.
extra bit and it runs up through there?
Yep. Because there ain't no water up above it. And like I say, where it went underground at us, the rest of the creek only ran when it rained.
Gotcha. You know why there's a whole lot more water there now? Because the trees have replenished up on those hills.
Okay.
So now why I'm trying to think of why we're getting so much more flow, it's because of the process of how trees penetrate the soil and allow percolation. They're talking about it in Texas.
I hike the land there about every day.
No, the
hiking
water
in
runs
Central
across
Asia.
the creek. The water runs across the road from where the doctor's land is and everything. Where that would have been just kind of a ravine.
Right.
It runs through there, and then the cave. The cave up there is just putting out a steady, a stream. You know what I mean? A lot of water coming out of it.
I brought a stalactite out of that cave one time. Probably setting someplace there in Arkansas. You know, it was broke off. I took it out. I crawled way back in that fucking thing.
Yeah, we did too, a couple times. Here's something that more like a blueberry or something that they've eaten all the little leaves pretty much.
What I'm amazed is not seeing deer tracks through crossing across this or whatever. You know?
Maybe because it just rained this morning. It didn't get enough time to. All right, what do we got here, Dad? Here's 4 paws. Is that dog? What is that? See it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say somebody's
right
dog.
there.
Out of the dog that shit the trail down there, and they didn't go with it.
We're on its trail now.
People are just assholes.
You're looking for those two lines though
Yeah.
for the deer, right?
Yeah. The 2 hoof print.
See, don't know what's the big circles are, but those are some big badass.
Probably the ambrosia beetles, the pine beetles or whatever.
Those are bigger
are
than.
inside of there. Or were inside of there. Yeah, like I said, people are just assholes. See, that was pretty healthy and no limbs all the fucking way up. Now you don't even really see any beetle holes. That ain't even, I think that was a little, probably been a...
Right here, see? Like here's one,
Yeah.
then here's one.
See, that had been
Here's
like it
one.
had been a little limb years ago.
Yeah.
Right here's where that was, see?
Yeah. Little fire that they had out here.
Yeah. Little limbs, these are the kind of trees, yeah, look at the fire on that. These are the kind of trees that was, oh, that's the...
Eventually become
the amber,
right?
Yep, almost looks like amber right there already after the fire.
Yeah.
That may be hard enough to be a nice piece of amber there. Here, dig it out. We're not supposed to, but they'll get over it. Yep. That's about hard enough.
So now all we need is 3,000 million years.
More years, yeah. And I don't think there's no mosquito or nothing in it. Like the ones where they got the DNA for some of the critters in Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I'll stop and get some little cakes and we'll have strawberry shortcake. Homegrown organic strawberries.
Oh wow. You put some in the freezer, huh?
Oh, we put up a bunch. I had a lot of fucking berries. We picked a bunch of quarts of strawberries from the plants I had. I just wish I would have kept up with my raspberries a bit more. Raspberries
the bushes.
And blackberries, yeah. Oh look, I didn't know that what that was. Sandhill rosemary. So you could use that. Sand myrtle, I know what those are. Those are a lot of the evergreen looking plants. But I didn't realize.
I don't really still
I didn't
know
realize
what
the
that
Sandhill
looks.
rosemary.
I don't see a bush of that to know what it is.
Yeah.
I have to see another one.
Yeah.
There's a piece. Look at a piece of cactus over here.
Yeah. And see, you could take those and use them like the Mexicans do nopalitos. Just heat them up and pull the skin off and fry them up. We've done it a couple times.
Gotcha.
They're not telling you what these are. What kind of flower that is. Showing you a picture but not telling you what it is. That's stupid.
This is some complicated rules here, no doubt. It's telling you how to.
Well, they're showing you the different wildlife management areas.
Yeah.
Zone 1, 2, and 3, and 6, and 5, and 4, and all that shit.
Different
Game,
right.
you know, game zone 4, Sand Hill State Forest, PD, you know, all that kind of stuff. Gopher, tortoise, they're all around every fucking way. Catawba, Central. See, we'd be Central. Aiken, Gopher, Congaree Bluffs, Peachtree Rock. So we're Central. Then you got Catawba, and then you got Piedmont.
Where are we at here? We're on game zone 6?
No, we should be in
Are we in 3 or 6?
We should be in 3. Yeah, here's Lexington. We should be in 3. Here's Orangeburg. What's that saying?
Richland County.
Okay, and that's Lexington County.
Lexington, yeah.
So we're right in Lexington County here someplace, right about in the middle of it.
Game zone 3. Prep it for them before they do it, though, right?
What's that?
You're gonna prep it yourself.
No, I ain't gonna do that. Just bend it and paint it.
All right, that was Peachtree Rock, guys, 2018. That was kind of cool. The rock has fallen.
The rock had fallen over.
The rock has fallen. 5 years ago. I'm glad I can say I got to see it. It's been there for thousands of years, maybe. There'll be another one someday. 29 minutes, huh? Later on, guys. See you next time.